The developers of Incredible Powers bring you Rocky Plateau! No! Stop this right now! That doesn't make any sense. Sure, it makes sense for me because those things are plateau in French, but they're not for anyone else. Jesus Christ, can somebody turn off this echo effect already? Pretty please? Ah, thank you. Okay, so this might not have been the plateau that you've been expecting, so obviously enough, here is the Rocky Plateau that was par on the course for this update. Well, I almost managed to get away from it, but here's Rocky Plateau with EKG. Engine killing Gibbs. Seconds after you've blown someone's remains, there will still be body parts and blood raining from the sky. And that makes it the greatest cheat code that this game ever has. Because after all, I do want some stuff in order to make this level a little bit more interesting because, well, this is what I'd probably call the first shit level of the game. Yes, that's right, Rocky Plateau. The first slight misstep that this game has level design wise. So might as well showcase another cheat code, Missile Cam. You can see the carnage that your missiles do from a safe distance, while everybody gets splattered to violent gibbs. Although the one problem with it is that, well, you kinda stop looking at your immediate surroundings because, well, your entire focus is going to be sent on the missile that's gonna destroy everyone. That's kind of a small favor to pay in order to be able to achieve successful carnage. Your health is not important, but the non-health of your enemies are. Whatever that means. We're also going to fast forward our way a lot through this level, as well in cutting up a little bit of our travels, mainly because this level is really big. And I mean, this is probably the biggest level of the entire game. And also, it's really easy to get lost in it, and by getting lost in it, you eventually find out all of these secret areas with one-ups as well as weapons, but that pretty much brings me to my main complaint about this level. This level is way too big, and also there's no clear indication about what... Okay, this guy pretty much shot everything else but me, but I guess I'm gonna be thankful for that. That's how you shoot a bazooka, you scrub. But yeah, going back to my main complaint about this level. This level is way too big, it's really easy to get lost, and finally, there's no clear indication about where you have to go. Yeah, there are some slight clues that will clue you in, for instance, those triangles with dots inside them, but the problem is finding out those triangles, because, like I said, this level is way too big, and you have to do this in order to finish the level. It's not like a secret thing, this is part of the regular level. To give you an indication about how confusing this level is, the first time that I played this level, I think that I spent something like over 25 minutes roaming around the entire level, and I couldn't figure out what to do. And yeah, you can see how violent the engine killing Gibbs are. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, this game was already pretty violent, but this is just a little bit too much for me, but come on. We have to showcase all of this, and yeah, by the way, in order to be able to do that in the game, once again, those are cheat features. You have to type the following combination of keys up on your keyboard whenever you're playing, but before you do so, and that's the case with every single cheat code that you put into the game, yeah, you have to type in dipstick or either \ECC. And yeah, that was not even where I needed to go, but I want my firewall back. So yeah, concerning other cheat codes that are present into the game, because there's a whole lot more. In fact, Rise of the Triad was a game that pretty much had the honor of being the game back then that had the most cheat code. It had way more cheat code than most other games that were out there back in the time. Although a whole lot of these are pretty trivial. You have cheat codes basically that allow you to end levels. You have a level select feature that I'm gonna elaborate a little bit more about, because eventually you're going to need the level select feature to get to all of the levels into the game, because some levels are only accessible by it. Long distance carnage indeed. But yeah, other than that, you had your cheat codes, which were a little bit more classic. For instance, you had cheats that allowed you to become invincible, and here this is called woundless with weapons, instead of being God mode, because you know what God mode is into this game. So this part here is the first time the level gives you any impression that you're doing any progress, because you finally get a key after only about 5 minutes, and yeah, they are keys which are locked into kinda oddly tucked in secret, where you just have to push a whole bunch of walls. Yeah, there's another firewall here. This level has a lot of missile ammo in, so at least this is one good thing that is going for it. This level might be ultra big and confusing, but on the flip side, you have huge as hell battle arenas, you have pretty much the freedom to go wherever you want, there's a whole lot of weapons that you can use to kill enemies, so even though there's a whole lot of Triad enforcers into this level, well, who cares, because you have all of the missile ammo that you'll ever dream of. And yeah, there's a gun mode right here, and this is the ultimate place where we need to go with the 3 triangle symbols. So we're gonna have to come back here once that we'll find the switch that will allow us to open this. So this is the kind of level where you need the auto map. If you don't use the auto map, you're setting yourself for pain. So yeah, we're gonna go into this little area right here, because that's the only part of the level we have yet to explore. So will our mystery switch be hidden there? Well, I hope so, because otherwise I really don't have any kind of idea about what we're gonna do. So anyway, while we're making our way into the area where we need to, and yeah, by the way, we need some more help, might as well talk a little bit more about the cheat codes that there are while we're... Oh yeah, that's not even where I need to go. I've been there earlier. Like I said, this level is confusing as fuck. There's absolutely no way you can figure out your way around this level in a foolproof manner. No way. So, okay, how about those cheat codes finally? Because yeah, I just keep being distracted by a whole bunch of shit. So yeah, essentially you just have your really classic cheat codes which allow you to be outfitted with your chosen weapons. There's also a whole bunch of debugging cheats that were used in order to scale down or up the engine. For instance, you had a cheat code that allowed you to turn on and off the fog effects, which are respectively called London and finally Not Null. Ooh, fancy. So here we go, we finally found the place where we're supposed to go. The little place with the 2 dots into the triangle symbol. Yeah, that's where we flick the final switch that we need in order to finally be able to get a key. But now, the next challenge is finding our way back here, because once again, you can bet that's not gonna be easy at all. And yeah, that's another pretty nice secret, where you get a firebomb as well as an extra life, which is pretty much in plain sight. And yeah, this level is so big that eventually you'll always find a whole bunch of people that will go from another room just in order to ambush you, just because they hear your gunshots, because yeah, the people in this game are occasionally smart. But yeah, either guards in this game are completely deaf or they just hear too well. So anyway, what else could I tell about the cheat codes? Yeah, we pretty much run the entire gamut of cheats. Essentially, oh yeah, this passageway here is really easy to miss. And it's kind of deadly too, because yeah, if you don't expect that, you can be sure that you're gonna die really quickly. A whole bunch of 12 or so high guards are forced to be reckoned with. That is, until they decide to all shoot themselves, because that's the kind of people that they are. No regards for their comrades, even though the enemies into this game will never infight each other directly. But you can still lure them into shooting each other by being a really 7th monkey. And yeah, I was just trying to run into my own projectile in order to try and demo one of the bonuses that you can have into this game, but yeah, my character is too slow in order to do it. That was basically the bonus that you get for shooting yourself with your own missile, but I think you need once again a female character. Yeah, that's your reward for collecting the silver key, by the way. Weren't you glad you came into that completely useless room in which you only get a drunk missile and a whole bunch of flamethrowers? When I first played this level, I was so pissed off about this room, if only because well, I was completely lost, and then I happened to randomly stumble upon the silver key, so I was like, alright, I'm finally doing proper progress into this level, but then you come across this room, and I was like, okay, maybe not like that, but, well, what do you know? I think you have the picture, and once again I'm completely lost, so might as well grab another secret, which is right here, where you get a bulletproof armor only to fail miserably and have to redo it multiple times. That's pretty much the case for this level. Failure. Failure in both the level design and the playing ability. So anyway, I don't really know what Tom Hall tried to do when making this level. Did he really wanted to teach kids or something motor skills in order to teach them how to use a map or something? Because that's really the only level in the whole game where you're gonna use the auto map. Because this level is a goddamn maze. And it's not like the maze where you only have 2 possible ways to go. This level has over like 5 or 6 ways to get to any given point. But alright, the maze part of the level finally stops here because guess what? It's a gold key! Alright! I'm happy. So essentially I've just left off the god mode that we saw here earlier because we're gonna need it in order to go to the golden key area. So just need to rise the stairs, and here we go! We are mighty! And yeah, we're gonna take some time to look at the map again, because I need to find out where you need to use the gold key, which is over in that area here. Here's a sign that your level design is really horrible. God needs a map. Come on, that's horrible. He doesn't need anything. In fact, it's the people around him who need stuff. So essentially this is why we bring God mode here, if only because this area of the level is completely different from the rest of the level. Whereas Rocky Plateau was pretty much nothing else but really wide open rooms, this area, well, it's cramped always with a whole bunch of tough baddies. There was something like 3 Triad enforcers here, and sometimes there's even more if the random enemy feature ends up biting you in the ass. So anyway, once that we finally have the iron key, that means we can exit this level. This is the exit, and this is gonna be glorious. So we're finally done, but guess what? There's a secret exit too. Just in case that the regular exit was not hard enough to find, and you'll never figure out how to get to it. You see this touch plate here? You have to step on it. And here we go! We've unlocked the way forward to the secret level. You just need to backtrack to the area where you started the level, and in one of those walls around here, well, there'll be one part of the wall which will shift in order to allow you in, and there we go. Yeah, that's over here. This is where the secret exit is. You can exit this level in like 2 minutes if you take the secret exit, which is pretty ridiculous. But anyway, we're finally done with Rocky Plateau, in the normal and the secret way. So anyway, why the secret exit was as easy to find? Well, we're gonna learn about it into the next update, which will feature the secret level of episode 2, Elevator Trouble.